Hi Gemini, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.TarotbyAnisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Geminians, this is your annual 2019 forecast, and it's a year of lot of changes, but naturally we have a lot of planets that are moving. And this year, a lot of them are in the Earth sign. And the main core of 2019 is going to be about grounding yourself, of staying real, of being authentic, of being with people who are real, who are genuine. This is also a year of going back to the roots, going back to your values, standing up for yourself. It's about being centered. So a lot of you who may have grand ideas, look at the implementation this year, because that is what the entire supportive energy is, that of the earth, and also being closer to earth, standing your ground, not being bullied. It doesn't mean that you can't have dreams or you can't dream, but it's about having your feet on the ground and you can have your head in the clouds. And it is also the year, also the tone more is about implementation. It's about practicality. It's more about doing and it's less about thinking. So I'm breaking up the year broadly. So on Jan, and going to be looking at the eclipses initially. So Jan 6, we have a solar eclipse, and that is there in the house of Capricorn. Also entire year, there's going to be a tug between the energies. We have a Capricorn and we have Cancer that are absolutely opposite. And the energies also are different. You know, Capricorn, it's earthy, it's stable, it's responsible, and you have Cancer, which is really tends to cling, hang on, emotional. January 6th, we have a solar eclipse that is there in your house of joint finances, resources, sexuality, transformation. And this is speaking about, it's setting the tone about defining boundaries. It's where financial boundaries are concerned. And I think it's very important because maybe some of you could be feeling the brunt as we begin the year on the financial brunt, and maybe you could feel that, oh, I'm the only one who's doing it and my partner is not doing. Or in some cases, you could be relying quite heavily on your spouse's ability to sort of pull in the money while you can live the dream life. So try and balance this out. And on the other side, we have, of course, the Cancer energy that is activating your house of earned income and your sense of self-worth. So it's a time wherein that you could be feeling quite emotional, quite worried as far as money is concerned for some of you. For some, it also speaks about new opportunities. Maybe you have a new job, you'll pick up a new project. For some of you, you will be working from home. You will be doing your own thing. You will be, running your office from home, and there could just be this sense of feeling more grounded that you're able to handle and manage it all. Now, Uranus moved back into Aries in November 2018, and it's going to be rolling back into Taurus around March 2019. And this brief retrograding or rolling back of Uranus, it's really asking you to pat yourself on the back and see as to how far you've come, or on the progress that you've made as far as work is concerned. And this energy, the Uranian energy, even though it stays for a long time, it's not a time to be getting worried about finances or about money and thinking that, oh, how it is that I'm going to be managing things. But it's really a time to get inspired, to take risks, to push your own personal boundaries and see maybe what more can you do, what more, or how is it that you can sort of give feet to your dreams. For you, Uranus is going to be there in your house of behind the scenes. It's the house of spirituality. It's also the house which speaks about deep psychological issues, and at times stuff can come out of the closet. You'll have skeletons coming out, not literally, but emotional skeletons. And for a lot of you, I think And Uranus is there for you in this house till about 2025. So stuff from the past needs to get cleaned. It needs to get aired, rather than being bitter about it and saying that, oh, this didn't work, or I had a bad childhood, or I was treated in a certain way, or, my parents didn't do enough, or my sibling didn't do this, or whatever it may be. For some of you, it may have to do as far as joint finances are concerned. You may feel quite cheated and feel, I'm sitting and doing everything. But this Uranian energy, while it will bring about stuff, psychological stuff that could be quite uncomfortable, but these years are wonderful to sort of heal. They are a good time to be putting old issues to rest and moving ahead with it. However, just a little warning, try not to sort of gossip too much about other people's secrets, because it can be Geminis that your stuff could, come out as well. On the July 2nd, we have a solar eclipse that is there in your house of communication. And this is speaking about, maybe you, through a network, you figure out a new project, you connect with people like-minded people who give you ideas as to what is it more that you can do. It's really a time, I would say July is a time of listening, Geminians. Your cues, your tips will come out of just conversation, maybe something that you've been trying to figure out for a while, and you're just with a group of people or friends, and through conversation you just realize, oh, I have the answer to this. I've been trying to figure it out all the while. On the till end of the year, we have Jupiter that is there in the house of your joint finances, and it's going to be either your spouse gets a bonus this time, or they can be that together. Maybe you think about moving some assets as well. And Jupiter then on the 3rd moves into your house of marriage. So it's a great time. Only the thing being over here that while of course Jupiter does expand and it brings about all positivity, but if there has been bitterness in the marriage, in the relationship, even in the business relationship, you can expect it to grow more. It'll just sort of have a life of its own. So I would say with the Uranus energy sitting in the house of psychological issues, and with Jupiter coming into the house of marriage, maybe it's a time, don't shy away from seeing a therapist if there are marital issues, any. And on the 26th of December, we have another eclipse that will be there in your house, also of joint finances and resources. So this house is like really lit up for you this entire year at different parts. And it's a time to be, I would say, make peace, Geminians, with what you have, the finances. I think there is too much of a this energy of frustration or of I think not being content where you are. While it's good to be ambitious, but I think a lot of gratitude has to be there with what you have. So I think the sense of feeling frustrated or disgruntled with the lack of maybe something that you don't have, I think that is something you will have to really work upon. And as far as relationships and love is concerned, take time to listen to your inner wisdom. Take time to understand, whether you're speaking from a place of reaction, ego, or you're speaking from a place of understanding and love. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Geminians. I wish you a fantastic 2018, and I'll see you again.